Coming up on Torrance Today, it's time to drop, cover, and hold on as Torrance students participate in today's Great California Shakeout. Find out what you need to know about keeping your family safe during a disaster. And there are only a few weekends left to see the Torrance Theater Company's latest production. It's all coming up right now on Torrance Today. Welcome to Torrance Today. I'm Kirk Lyons. It's 4 p.m. on Thursday, October 19th. I hope your week is wrapping up nicely. Thank you so much for joining us. Here's our first story. Millions of Californians took part in the annual Great California Shakeout earthquake drill this morning at 10:19. City Cable stopped by St. Catherine Laborie School, where students and staff used the opportunity to practice how to drop, cover, and hold on.
Cover and hold on.
I think it's great that we practice these drills. I think it's important because if we don't practice it, I feel like it would be chaos and everyone would just be running around not knowing what to do.
This is to help us be ready when there's an actual earthquake, and so we know what to do when it happens. I feel like we're improving every single time we do this. In this case, we've been practicing our earthquake drills, so we know what to do when it happens, and we will be calm and ready for it.
I think it went really well today. This was our first earthquake drill of the school year, where we did a full-blown drill with all the students getting into their groups and then setting up our first aid and our latrines. And I feel like because we practice so much and everybody knows like their responsibilities and parts, including the students, that we would be okay. I always say to our friends and family that if we ever have an earthquake, I want to be at school because everybody knows what they're going to do and will be safe.
California is known as earthquake country, so the Shakeout is that yearly opportunity to remind ourselves exactly what to do in the event of a big one. Experts suggest that today is also a good day to revisit your home's earthquake insurance policy, as well as your family's disaster preparedness plans. And speaking of those plans, City Cable sat down with the city's emergency services coordinator, Unique Day, to get her advice on what we can do to keep our families safe during a disaster.
And we always want to make sure that you are signed up for Torrance Alerts, which is the city's emergency alert and warning system. If we can't contact you, we cannot alert you of any types of emergencies or disasters going on. But then, do you have those emergency preparedness kits ready? Do you know what to do in the event of a disaster? We do have a community preparedness guide. In the first few pages, it has space for you to write down information about your own family, any children, pets in the household, any utility providers. In the event of an emergency, you can grab and go, and you have all that information ready to go in the event that your phone dies. But it also has really great preparedness information for everything from tropical storms to fires, earthquakes, creating that safety plan of, do you have a rally point outside of your home where when everyone in your home is actually present, okay, let's do a quick drill. If something were to happen, how would we exit? Where would we meet? Is it a neighbor's house? Do we all have the same person that we know to go look for or contact? So that way your family has that coordinated plan on what to do.
You can request a copy of the city's Community Preparedness Guide by sending an email to oes@torranceca.gov. Friends of the Torrance Library is holding a 3-day book sale this weekend, benefiting the city's libraries. Here's a glimpse at their last book sale that took place during the summer.
You ready? That's your receipt? Yes, that's my receipt. And here's your bookmark.
This is a great opportunity to pick up books that you'd love to read. I think it's important because it involves all your senses. You have to touch it, read it, think about it, envision it. And I think that's all very important. I think we're getting kind of electronic these days, and it's nice to have a literal thing in your hand. They're like objects of art. But I really love the Torrance Library System. It's a fabulous thing. And I see families with children coming. It's just a joy that it's being so well appreciated.
Friends of the Torrance Library have been around 30-40 years, and our purpose is to help the library. For the summer reading program, we donate the money and the prize to help our residents to improve their reading skills. And we also have the book sale just to help the libraries out. Reading is amazing. It can take you to a place you have never been before, and we want our young ones to read, and we want everyone to read.
Organizers say that the summer book sale brought in more than $7,000, directly going towards the library's efforts to promote literacy and education within the community. They are always looking for new volunteers to help with the cause. For more information, visit friendsofthetorrancelibrary.org. There are only 2 weekends left to check out the Torrance Theater Company's latest production, Dangerous Corner.
I wanted to go to bed. I started to go, and then I couldn't. I knew you were talking about me. I couldn't stand it. I had to come back.
Well, you're wrong. You're the only one we haven't been talking about.
I think it's fantastic. We're really enjoying it. This is the first time we've been to this theater. We've been to a lot of theaters of all sizes, and really impressed and with the the quality of the set, the theater, and the cast. The performance has been really good.
Freedom, is that true? Yes. Has that been the trouble all along?
It's an ensemble piece, so really everybody comes out for the most part and are on stage for most of the show. So it gives a lot of opportunity for some good acting work. It's written in the 30s, set in the 30s. The author is known for this type of show where he likes to play with this idea of if you were to change one choice of your life, or you were at a crossroads and you went this way rather than that way, how would things play out differently? And this show does that as well.
Don't go thinking there was any deep-laid plot. There wasn't. Whatever is in real life.
And this is a really fun show. People are chuckling all the way through. The actors are amazing. They put amazing time into the set, and it looks absolutely beautiful. And anybody who comes here is going to have a great time.
Dangerous Corner is written by English writer J.B. Priestley. It tells the story of a country retreat that goes wrong when a chance remark by one of the guests ignites a series of devastating revelations. The show runs through Saturday, October 28th, with both evening and matinee performances. To grab your ticket, visit torrancetheatercompany.com. If the theater doesn't fit into your plans, there are several other fun events taking place in the city this weekend. The Torrance Art Museum will hold Sonic Exploration, an afternoon of experimental music and noise. The event takes place from 1 to 4 p.m. on Saturday, October 21st. Admission is free. Also on Saturday, the Western Museum of Flight continues its celebrity lecture series with a look at the history of Northrop Grumman. The lecture begins at 11 a.m. at the museum located at 3315 Airport Drive. And the Torrance Antique Street Fair celebrates its 25th anniversary on Sunday, October 22nd. The event will feature DJ Ozzy spinning music and a Halloween pet parade. The street fair runs from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. with the parade taking place at 11:30. The fair is located at 1317 Sartori Avenue. As we head into the weekend, be sure to catch the latest episodes of Weekends in Torrance. On Friday, American Honda Motor Company unveils its new collection hall, showcasing more than 60 significant Honda and Acura cars and motorcycles. Then, city leaders hold a ribbon-cutting ceremony to celebrate the reopening of the North Torrance Library Homework Center. And on Sunday, Torrance High School girls flag football team makes history with the Tartars playing their first game at Zamperini Field. All this and more on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, right here on Torrance City Cable. Still ahead, it's Thoughtful Thursday, and a Torrance resident heads to Washington, D.C. to lobby Congress for the fight against cancer when we come back in 60 seconds.
Jason, let's go see your room.
What do you think? We kept it a little spare, so you can decorate it how you like.
Dinner!
Go. Excellent. Soccer is fun. Yeah, I saw you guys out there. We're the family. Yeah! Oh, I thought you were on my team. Wait.
At the end of every episode of Torrance Today, we want to share a positive story that fits the theme for the day. On this thoughtful Thursday, a Torrance man, along with some dedicated volunteers from Torrance, joined a group of roughly 600 Californians and thousands from around the country who flew to Washington, D.C. to lobby Congress for increased funding for cancer research.
Cancer affects every single American, regardless of their political affiliation, race, or ethnicity, or sexual orientation. When it comes to the two legislation bills that we are trying to push forward in Congress, most of them are supported. The only thing that's different is we want to get this more attention to so that the bill could pass faster. The first bill is the Multi-Cancer Early Detection Act. It creates a clear pathway for Medicare coverage for future multi-cancer early detection tests, which is FDA approved and also proven to be effective. The other one is specifically called the PSA Screening for Him Act, and that one is for detection when it comes to prostate cancer. And so we want an easier pathway and to eliminate out-of-pocket expenses for high-risk individuals developing prostate cancer. When it comes to increased funding, we want our legislators to focus on making sure that NIH gets as much as possible when it comes to the money. My mom obviously had stage 4 lung cancer in 2019. That's why I got involved in this legislative volunteer group.
Kang brought along several luminarias from the Lights of Hope event that took place at the Torrance City Hall in August. Each of them represented a life lost to cancer, including his mother's, who lost her battle in 2020, 13 months after her diagnosis. The lighted bags were placed around Constitution Garden with bags from all over the country. Well, that's our show for today. Let us know if you have a positive story to tell by emailing us at torrancetoday@torranceca.gov. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here on Monday with more news from and for our Torrance community. Have a great weekend.